For once, I actually do not know what is actually going on in the writing of Hiroshima anymore. I mean, I have always prided myself on being one of the few who has only gone with the flow of the manga and just dealt with it. But how things are happening right now, for some very strange reason, even I feel a little bit like, oh come on, did you seriously just waste those characters? And wasting characters is nothing new in a Hiroshima manga. So why am I feeling so upset over this? I am not understanding that. Is it because one thing was hyped up and then downgraded? No, never. I never get too hyped up with characters because I know they will get downgraded, and that happens in every manga, not just Hiroshima's. I think it's more along the line that we hardly get to know these people, and then they just croak. Granted, if I can give a very big praise about this, it is that people always did babble about that Hiroshima don't have the stomach to kill off characters. Well, in just three to two chapters, he has already killed off this many people. Granted, a lot of them are minor characters, but the point still stands. So yeah, this is me, the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer. I mostly review Eden Zero, even though I can review other mangas as well. And this is the Eden Zero chapter 161. Continuing next time, Wise is the one who drops up on everyone happening. Yeast decides to tail it out of here, perhaps out of guilt of shooting Creed. It apparently is confirmed that yes, Creed is dead. Well, granted, when you're shot through the heart, it's very few things that can make you keep you alive. Still, it's a very bittersweet moment that he had to be killed off just as he got some deeper linear of it all. But it's also not fair to Homura, who actually says something that I think, unfortunately, will play a part. And that is, everyone who gets close to me, they all go away. And unfortunately, that seems to have been happening. Granted, her real mother wasn't close to her, but she left her. Her mentor who loved her sacrificed her life to save some liberators, but also was close to her. And she also lost her friends in the previous world, including Shiki. And now Creed, someone who confessed that he had loved Homura, died in front of her eyes. So, yeah. I'm not saying none of this is Homura's fault. None of it. But it creates a very tragedy around her character, which almost makes it suggest that she is a doom magnet indeed. And there is only gonna be more tragedy coming up. Then we're actually back to Rebecca, who meets up with Wise as Moscow. And, well, Yuna is also there, but she is apparently in a can of, well, water. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, yes, I know it was Tyr's lover and the Laguna turned her into water, but I'm just wondering why. Was that because Luna had a sad breakdown when she realized everything that she did when she was the secretary, and Laguna decided to keep her in that stasis in order for her to mentally recover? Because he did say that placing them, when he placed Shiki and Rebecca into one, that they would get better. But they have learned from Yuna where the all link is, and it's not and it's very close on by here. It's also very rare to see Moscow in a very serious phase. Rebecca asks Laguna to take care of Witch, and he promises he will. Well, if I said it before, he should turn her into water, carry her, and then get her to the things. Maybe if he turns Witch into water, maybe she won't die, because her life is hanging by the thread. And then we are getting a little bit more on the Ashura Shiki. And once again, we dive in just how despicable, hateful, and utterly scum Shura is. He has practically done every bad thing there is. Rape, murder, torture, blackmail, sort of, sadist show, sadism, sadism, What else is there? Uh, Planning. Well, either way, it's along those five things. And now he's even stopping even lower. He confesses to Shiki that he knows now that Sigi is fighting Nero. But this is all part of his plan. As soon as the All Link connects every planet, the temple will also be one of it. But it actually turns out that the reason why he did that, he didn't just. I actually questioned before, even if Sigi does kill Nero, then what is gonna kill Sigi? And it actually turns out there's a plan for that too. And that is in the temple. There are electronical control Imperial antimatter bombs in the temple. 20,000 of them. Which according to Shura has a power to destroy an entire planet. And with the All Link, which connects even those machines, Shura can just flip a button and the temple will go boom. But granted that it's 20,000 and just one is enough to restore a planet to dust, isn't it very likely that if Shura is so maniacal in doing that, I think he will single-handedly destroy the entire Aoi cosmos? Because even though he proudly says, they can struggle all they want, I'll be the winner in the end. Oh, Shura, you naive psychopathic fool. You are not gonna be the winner of this. And I'm not saying because it's a good versus evil fight. No, I'm saying it because you are not planning ahead. Again, people, I'm repeating. If one bomb is enough to destroy an entire planet, can you imagine what 20,000 of those will do? There is no way that is not gonna create a chain reaction that will spread all across our cosmos. Is Shura even planning on all of this? I mean, his psychopathy knows no limit. Literally no limit. But as I said in the beginning of the thing about wasting characters, we're actually switching back to Sigi, Jaguar, and, well, Nero. But Sigi is not giving Jaguar the time of the day, even calling him small fry. And such he calls forth Brigade, one of his dark stars, and they clash. However, that clash is surprisingly short, as Jaguar actually crushes Brigade. We didn't even see his personality. And now you're telling me Jaguar was so powerful that he actually could destroy a Dark Star? You know, it's kind of funny, really. Because I don't like it when successors or enemies are being created. Because that means that it's going to take a very, very long time for them to be defeated. And yet, for some reason, I get extremely upset seeing Jaguar destroy Brigade. A Brigandine or something like that. A character we haven't even gotten to know yet. Granted, I don't think any of the Darkstar have a personality. And they do not have to have a personality. But still, we barely even saw the guy. Oh yeah, and by the way, Killer also appears, stabs Jaguar, but Jaguar crushes him too, so yeah, 2 Darkstar, gone just like that. We haven't even gotten to know their personalities. You know, I actually do not like that, which is very strange coming from me. Why do I not like this? Well, I don't know. But that we actually do learn a little bit about Jaguar. And this is sort of interesting, actually. It actually turns out that once upon a time, the man was a Russian says Galactica, not an Interstellar. A man beyond anyone's control. Then he joined the Interstellar and rose through the ranks to become a captain, or colonel, something like that. And now I'm actually saying, what? I thought the Galactica were criminals. Or maybe they not always were. Or maybe they were. Either way, this creates another ironic hypocrisy moment. Not only for Jaguar's sense of justice, but also for his subordinate Justice himself. Justice do not forgive evil, even though he has shown compassion to those, even they are evil when they die. But what I mean is, if Jaguar was in Galactica and maybe had once been a criminal, then why is Justice following someone like that? I mean, he's not following them. There's no titles in the Interstellar, but I still find it a little bit ironic of it all. A man like Justice and Jaguar, who are preaching justice, when Jaguar was a former member of the Galactica, which may or may not always be a criminal-like organization. It's a little bit of a strange hypocrisy moment there. Or maybe he just changed for the better and became a colonel in the Interstellar of it all. But as I said before, the Brigade and Killer gets killed. By the way, Siggy says that Brigade's role is power is distraction, while Killer's is assassination. But that doesn't mean anything. So then he tries to attack Siggy, but Siggy, in a brief moment of shock, actually stops him. And it's worth noting that when he does it, black lightning comes from the gravity. And in that one short moment, Nero attacks and pierces Jaguar's head with what I can presume is projectile of his dices. So yeah, free character that we barely have even gotten to know, croaked just like that. Granted, we did get to know Jaguar a little bit more now, but why is suddenly Hiromashima killing off so many characters? It's unlike him. And for some reason, this feels wrong. And I feel bad of feeling like that. I'm supposed to be a blind fan forever. So why am I reacting very negatively to this? You must give me your situations on that. Granted, Jaguar dying I actually feel more upset of the Darkstar dying than Jaguar. Because again, if Jaguar was so powerful that he literally could kill 2 Darkstars, granted we do not know exactly how much of a threat they really were, then I actually do not mind that Jaguar is dead. Because, again, if he had power to destroy 2 Darkstars, then he would kind of been too OP. So this was more a distraction. Siggy nailed him down while Nero took him down when he was distracted. And he was shot through the head. I don't think anyone will survive that as well. So either way, the chapter ends with the 2 former friends staring down each other. And it's also worth noting that they're almost the same height and the same coat. As Nero reveals, he knows what Siggy wants. He wants his empire. And Siggy actually confesses yes. And he wants to build a world of mechanical life forms as this on his base. So yeah, I wonder why just here. Is it because the all link connects all machines as well? But then, as much as this chapter is weird of killing off characters and wasting them a little bit, there is the ending of this chapter that is actually slightly more exciting. And that is especially when Siggy says with his glowing evil eye that his dream of finding Mother is not done yet, because machines, Mother and chronophages, they are all connected, he says. Once upon a time in one of the videos I actually wondered, is it possible that Mother created the chronophages? Again, that's not any confirmation, but Xiao Mei had the power to read through any time, so I'm just saying, maybe Mother do have a power of time anyway. And now Siggy is saying the machines are connected to Mother as well. I don't really understand that way, how that works either, because Mother seems to be connected to everyone. Granted, there was that temple in Aoi Cosmos with Nadia, which were all robots who worship the relic made by Mother. So yeah, there may be some connection there again. And Mother, they are connected. There is definitely some lore there, but Nero do not know what he's talking about. And so, with the power they say that Siggy also reveals in a little sarcastic tone that this is the day he was born. But Nero just mocks him, saying, I don't know what factory produced you, but your date of manufacture will also be the date of your death. And so, the 2 former friends, now enemies, says to each other, if you oppose me, then fall into darkness, Emperor Nero. As long as I control the Emperor dies, I will not know defeat. Demon King Siggy. They call themselves of the title. And Sig is saying fall into the darkness. Dark gravity? Coincidence? And Nero's tentacle beards is actually also moving, as his Emperor Dice is there. I think it's very likely that he used the projectile of his Emperor Dice to pierce through Jaguar. So yeah, that is basically this chapter. I do feel a little bit upset that so many characters that we barely even got to know just croaked just like that. It's not like Hiromashima to do that. Granted, he doesn't kill important characters, and these were far from important. Still, I wonder what was even the point of killing all of them. Because I don't think this is going to create higher stakes. But I do think there is a plan in all of this. I'm just not so sure I'm gonna like what it is. Next chapter is called Sigi vs. Nero. We may see more death. Also, another reason why I'm so upset that the Dark Star are being destroyed is not only because we haven't really gotten to know them yet, it's also because are you meant to say that this is almost the final arc of this manga? Because it's almost sounding like that if these characters are, well, not getting anything character development at all, but I highly doubt that. But what I mean is, how do I formulate this in word before I end this chapter review? If these were supposed to be his main battalion members, even if it was an interstellar member, then why kill them off just like that? Just to show Jaguar being dangerous, so he had to be removed by distracted by Nero? Is that it? Or is it possible that Sigi can actually copy Killer and Brigade? Given the fact that it says he's gonna create a world of mechanical life forms, it's very likely that even if the Brigade and Killer are destroyed, I think we will see them again, just rebuilt, because I think, unlike the 4-star Shrine Maidens, this Dark Sigi will not care whatever if a new Dark Star can be built, because again, he can just rebuild them, even if the personalities are never the same. Is that what this is going to be about? I don't know. But Jaguar is most definitely dead. He was pierced through the head. So, yeah. A brief clash may happen next time. Evil versus evil. Give me your thoughts if you have any.